All right, there they are, ladies and gentlemen. Well, we sit here again today. Wow. Welcome to the show. Okay, so feels like it's been forever. Feels like it's been months when it's really been days, hours. I was pretty shocked to see this. And usually we go through, we react, we talk about this stuff. This time's a lot different. And I'm going to tell you why. And I'm just going to start with this. I think it's just easier to start with it. After they got justice for Charles, that means that Tylee, JJ, Tammy, and Charles all got justice. Brandon is the last one. Obviously, I want him to have what he needs for his own healing. But the reality is that for me, for my family, personal family, I got all the justice that I needed for those three. What I'm learning, and what you guys have been a part of this, is Lori has taken more than just my life up. She took my childhood. She's taken my adulthood. She's taken my family's lives. And she continues to do this. Continues to make a mockery of my family. She continues to hurt people. So what I want to say before we start is that I'm learning that this is a choice. This is a choice for me right now, again, to remember to it's a choice for me to remember one thing. Okay. Let me tone this down a little bit. What I'm choosing to do this time, and what I think that Lori wants, is I think that Lori wants a reaction. I think she wants, because this is the thing she has right now. She has a level of, I think in her own mind, she has a level of power. She's allowing, she's not doing, how do I want to put this for you guys? She is continuing to go down this path. She is getting given a platform to speak her mind, and I can't change what is going to come out of her mouth. I can't change the fact that she's going to continue to try to hurt people from prison. I can't change the fact that she's trying to lie about every single person's death in my family. Only thing I have, personally, the only thing I have is my own self-control. So with all that being said, I walked in here thinking to myself, hold on, you said it's glitching. I'm getting a Wi-Fi thing. Hold on one second. Okay. So I'm not sure what's going on with the internet right now. I'm shutting down on it. Okay. Well, it's just the Wi-Fi. I'm not sure what's going on. If it gets too bad, we can always try to do this again. Sorry. Let me see if I can figure this out. Why is it look like that? Kelsey just sent it to me. It's the Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi showing me that it's going low. Anyway, we're just going to keep going because the technology just doesn't ever want to work with me ever. Long story short, I'm not going to allow her to get me to react this time. I'm not going to allow her any more room to pull me and have me flat on the floor, crying, upset, pissed, whatever the word is, whatever she's done. She's been doing it for a long time. This interview is a perfect example, a perfect example of who she is. And she's showing you her true colors. So with all that being said, at first we were going to react to it a little bit, talk more about it. I just have some clips that I'll play through that we'll talk through. And I'm sick and tired of her. And this is the time. This is the closing of the book. This is justice for everybody. Now Brandon's going to get his. I have no doubt about that. And with that, we're going to move on and live a life that's worth living. So I approach this very differently. And the power that Lori has from jail and how she's wanting is she wants a reaction. She wants to say this BS that she knows is a lie herself. She wants this power over people. She wants to lie and say that it's Tylee's fault. She wants to lie and say it's Charles's fault. And she wants to be a victim. I can't do anything about that. What I can do is start to move forward. If people, this is what I want to say. If people are going to give her a platform, that's their decision and that's her decision. What I'm learning right now in life is my reaction is my decision. The way I deal with things is how it shows character when you say I get a choice of how I'm going to emotionally react to this. So tonight I just wanted to say that to all of you, because remember, the only power that someone can actually have over you is if you allow them to control your emotions and your thoughts. And I'm not saying it's not wrong to get angry. Of course I was angry. This is infuriating. Her interview is infuriating. But you allow that to be what it is, and then you move forward. Look at this guy. He's got me out here with the fake tats. Guys, these are fake tattoos. If you haven't seen them. They look pretty good, huh? Just inked up, inked my whole body. The girls are tatted up too. We all put on the fake tattoos today. But, I've spent so much of my life trying to figure her out, okay? And trying to psychologically break her down. I've been looking at her media and how she turned media into real life and how she uses religion and all this stuff. And I'm like, I can't do this anymore. I can't do this anymore. There's no reason for me to try to get inside her brain and figure out what went wrong and what decisions she made. The point is she has an opportunity to speak and people are going to give her that. She has one more opportunity to do this in trial. She's going to take every second of it. She's going to love every second of it. She's going to laugh and smile for every second, and she's going to lie for every second. So what do I do with that? I'm not letting her have power anymore. So I'm just letting you all know that. And I feel like that was a big decision that I made because of the people that I was talking to, the people that I love, that I'm closest to. These conversations of finally getting this crap out makes me realize that at 29 years old, she's had a huge chunk of, she had my whole childhood to do this. And now she's had my whole almost adult life. And I'm just not going to let her affect me anymore. So I wanted to start with that. And I want you guys to remember why we do this, why we talk about this hard stuff, why it's up front is because, yes, it's public. So for you to know publicly, I do not accept her. And I basically disown her as a mother. She's not my mother. She will never be my mother ever again. And she'll never be a grandparent. She'll never be a grandmother to my children. There's other people that are in their lives that are going to fill those roles because that's how God works. And that's how good God is. There's better people around the corner. This is a person who obviously doesn't want to get better. This is a person who doesn't want to tell the truth. And this is a person who loves hurting people and lies about it. People only have a platform if you give it to them. She wants it. She wants to piss people off. And yeah, of course, we're all upset for different reasons. But even if you just watch it, you're upset. The only thing I'm going to address tonight, and it's probably one of the last times we'll talk in depth about this, is we're going to talk about this one section with Tylee, just because I know you guys don't believe her about Tylee, but I just wanted to talk about this one section. Okay. So we're going to just watch this part that she said. Okay. Hopefully, okay. Hopefully they don't strike us. We'll be very careful. Okay. Because they like to come for us. They come for our heads sometimes on these interviews. So I fast forwarded to, there's sections here. Okay. So this is the part I wanted to address, and then we're leaving it there.
To know that she's dead?
I was precluded from giving out that information. So that's the way the law works, right? We were both precluded.
So one thing I'll say is that already, if you've watched this, I'm not going to even give her the time of day. If you watch this, you'll see that the first thing she tries to do, okay, is immediately blame through the judicial, it's really hard for me to say that word for some reason, judicial system, by saying it is literally against you. So this mentality that she has is that everyone's against her, everyone doesn't like her, and she's a good person and innocent. But this is, I'm waiting for this part.
That made it very awkward, don't you think?
But let's say you weren't. Would you have preferred the jurors to know that Tylee was dead?
Look, there's no reaction there. There's no sadness in her eyes. This is what I'm telling you. This is why she's not worth the breath. This woman doesn't care that Tylee's dead. Even if her story were true, you would never be able to casually just have zero emotion if someone asks you that question. Again, this is just proving the point that this is called disassociation and coldness. This is not a mother.
I don't know that. I think they obviously did know.
Well, they said they learned afterwards. So as they were coming out, people were saying, you can now look up the case. So they were Googling things and they're seeing all these prior convictions.
So you didn't think that that happened during deliberations? Like maybe one person informed all of them that that was the case?
I mean, obviously, you and I won't know.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. I'm not saying I was there.
But they were upset.
Oh yeah. And so that's the other thing too. It's always about being there. You have to physically be there for something to happen, for it to be true, according to her. So
when they found out that Tylee and JJ are both dead. For you, seeing Tylee on the video, I mean, what was that like for you? You were convicted in her death, but we're seeing video of her in that courtroom.
Look at this reaction right here.
Well, I understand where Tylee is in heaven. I know what she's doing and I know where she is. And so it's been almost 6 years.
You hear how quiet her voice gets?
I mean, this is the catalyst, right? What happened with her and Charles was the catalyst of her killing herself. So I was precluded from talking.
Blames Tylee and Charles.
I was precluded from bringing that up.
Okay, so again, this is the same rerun. Later on in this video, she admits that she's going to talk about this going into the next trial. She wants to tell this story. She wants this to be the story, that Tylee is responsible for everything. And this just proves the point to me personally, because I'm the one that had the first conversation with her where she physically said out of her mouth what happened to Tylee and JJ in her own version. This is going to be her next argument. And again, if you really look at it, she's blaming Tylee for almost everything. Think about it. She's blaming Tylee for bringing the bat in and starting a problem with Charles, right? She introduced the bat. Then she's blaming her for taking JJ's life and then immediately taking her own life, which excludes Lori of every single part of any responsibility for what happened. So she gets off with no guilt, no worries. You have to see it from that perspective. This person, what also knows and was there, that's her argument. This person was there to see all this stuff firsthand. You have to see it. I look at it like this in a circle. Okay. She's in the circle. Lori's the middle, the main piece, and everything branches off. without Lori, nobody goes after Tylee, JJ, or Charles. I truly believe that, because she's the one that had to stamp it and say it, but now she's completely avoiding that and saying it's everybody else's fault and blaming her own daughter rather than say, hey, you know what? I messed up. She's sitting here after being convicted earlier in the interview and says, hey, didn't expect that. That one was a shocker. That was a shock for me, huh? So the reality is, this is who she is. She's showing you her cards. I fully accept who this woman is now. I fully accept her part in the death of my entire family. And you know what? I don't have to waste my time anymore. So I just played that for you because freaking Ray knows. But sorry, Ray got me on a text. Okay, 1 second. But my point is, oh no, Skeef, you like the tats and everything, Skeef? Yeah, we got a lion up there with Jesus. That one's nice. I got a black mamba right there, and then I told Kels just put a bunch on me. Let's see, tatted me up. I'm getting off guard. I'm getting off topic here. Let me not go ADHD on y'all. So the point being, we're done with this. If I talk more about it, then it will be from a different place. And I think that this is a good shift. This last few days has been processing the reality that this is finally the book is shut, and that is what people needed, because you need to grieve. You need to close a chapter. And I think that that's the whole point of a funeral for people, or a memorial, is that you are saying, because they're not there, you're saying, this is for me to move on. This is for a funeral, and a memorial is for the people who's left. They're the ones that need the healing to move forward. So no matter what Lori does, she can't touch Tylee. She can't touch JJ. She can't touch Charles. That's God. She can't go between her and God. She can say whatever she wants about God, but she can't get to them anymore. She can't hurt them anymore. And all she's left to do is do what she's doing now, which is lie. And obviously people are going to give her the platform to do so, because she's Lori, and this is all started from her. So people are always going to be interested in her, and I understand that. But that's a great point. That's the point too. I'm still here dealing with this stuff. That doesn't mean that I'm going to allow her to continue to hurt me by giving her the room to continue to do that. Maybe I just repeated myself. You guys, the texts I get in the middle of these lives, bro, are insane. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. But yeah. So again, the book has finally shut. What we can't do is let people think that when they do things like this, that we're going to honor them by giving them the time of day. And yeah, I've talked a lot about this. I'm the first to admit that. I have talked a lot about she's not my mother anymore. I've talked a lot about Lori on this channel. We have covered this. We've worked through it. I think that's the whole point, is it was like dough, and I needed it out, if that's the right way. I hope that doesn't sound like a weird example, but it was something I had to tangibly work through to get to a conclusion. And honestly, I was steered right by a lot of the people that I'm close to. And that's what changed the whole mentality, to stop letting her have the room to do this. I think that's a point everyone has to get to this point at their life at some point, is how long will I let the past affect me? Because even though she's running her mouth and she's going to continue to do so, I still have a choice to, even if I listen to it, let her hurt me anymore. And I just share that because I know. Are you kidding me? On live? You're a jerk. How could you do this? I can't believe you've done this. Middle of the gosh dang thing. It's a fake tattoo, Kelsey. You do this with a fake Jordan and everything. You're going to get blocked. Mods blocker. I'm sick of you. Get her. Freaking talking garbage. You know they're fake. I already addressed that. You're the one that said you like the snake. Whatever. Anyway, frick this. I had to get that out so we're on the same page. There's a lot of things that I feel that have been creatively on my mind for you guys. And I want to share that with you so badly. So I'm working on that. We still have a long future of incredible guests on the podcast. We still have so many things to get to and do. I believe that I have processed and done everything that I can in this moment to get to healing. And I hope that somehow in some way it's healed you as well. And I hope you don't feel alone in your pain. I hope you don't feel that you have to pretend to be strong in your life. You don't have to hide in the darkness. When you're in that darkness, you don't have to be alone. This is why I wanted to create a community. Yeah, Kelsey, you're in timeout. I'm not even going to get out of here, girl. Put you in timeout for 5. Keep talking. It's going to be 10. Okay. But this is another point is there's a lot of other victims, as you guys know. And I pray and want the same thing for them is put her in timeout. That's it. I found her. And I'm going to block her for a while. Put her in timeout. She's in timeout. I put her in timeout. She brought it on herself. So again, there's still a long future for us. There's still a lot for, you know what? It's so hard to do. I'm like being so serious. I know Kelsey's just kidding me. Kelsey, you really like mess. You know, I'm ADHD when it comes to my thought process. I'm trying to be serious. We're trying to talk about some real stuff here. And you're just roasting me. Give me a second. All right. Point being, Kelsey's in timeout. I don't know how long I put her in timeout. I hope I didn't block her. I don't know. I'll have to fix that. But long story short, okay, really getting me off guard here. We still have a lot to do. We're still going to continue to heal. But I think sometimes focusing on other aspects of your healing, focusing on getting better becomes a real thing. And at some point, you have to, don't text me. You have to get to that moment of the moving. You have to get to the moment of, I'm going to get up and move now, right? There's a time. I love the idea of seasons. And I love that when you bring that up, it's a moment where you realize everything in life is seasons. And it's going to change at some point. So summer in Arizona doesn't really do anything but summer and winter, but you're going to have summer turn to fall to winter, things of that nature. So it does change. Sometimes it's just time that it takes. Sometimes it's just a process to get to that. And I love the idea of it changing, because when you get to that new season, things don't look the same. They're not going to be the same. And that's the whole point. That's how you get better. You change, and change is good. And I loves it. So with all that being said, Kelsey's in timeout. I've got fake tattoos and a fake Jordan. Apparently I'm just a fake Jordan nerd, according to Kelsey. And yep, Kelsey, you ruined the lives, didn't you? That's it. That's it for us. Yeah, she called me a jerk, huh? Yeah, I'm sick of it. So with all that being said, you guys know I love you. We still have a lot to do together. We still have a lot to talk about. And I really hope that during this journey of all the things we've talked about and done is that you've come up with a Kelsey. Gosh dang, girl. I'm not freeing you. She's starting a petition and I don't care. So I'm turning, you're done. Turning her off. My gosh, Kels. You know, that's not, you just screwing with me really bad. Whatever, bro. I'm losing my mind right now. She's just making me go crazy. I'm not going to let you affect me. I just taught that lesson to myself and I wanted to bring it up to everybody. You're not going to affect me. I'm not going to, no. So with all that being said, I love you guys. Thank you for being here. Thank you for going on this part of the journey of my life, because it's been real. It's been honest and raw, and you guys have been here for the part of the healing. You've been here a part of the struggles, the ups, the downs. This has been something that I can't believe that happened, but it did. And I used to play that game of what if this didn't happen, or how would I be if things didn't happen like this? I can't play that game anymore. This is the reality, and this is what happens, and now it's time to move forward. And these are the things that help you move on and heal. And you never forget it. It's never going to change. It's never going to not be a part of the history. It's never not going to be a big deal. But at the same time, there's a life to live past this. There's a life that's coming after this, and there's a life to be lived. I hope you see my message from earlier. I'll go look. Colby, to see your strength through this has helped my own girls change and heal in their horrible past trauma. I wish I explained to you what you've done for my family. Oh, yeah. I'm going to cry. I'm going to cry. You're going to get me. Because that's all I've ever prayed that I'd have as an impact is for you guys. Why are we starting a real petition here, everyone? She's the one that was talking garbage. Yeah, she got put in timeout for like 300 seconds. I don't even know that. I just put her in timeout. Oh my gosh. How did we flip around this quick? Listen to the people. Free me. I'm starting a petition. This is dramatic. This is drama, bro. What are we doing? There's no freaking way that this has become a petition of free Kelsey. What in the world? Colby, I'll be honest, I felt sad for her today because she does not realize what kind of happiness she has lost in her life. She had everything people dream of. She lost the chance of seeing her children grow up and their kids. Exactly, Renee. And thank you for your chat. I think that's the point too. There's you almost have to look at people, I guess, with some kind of pity to know you had everything and you chose to get rid of it on purpose. Oh, she's free. Mind yourself there. Everybody, you got Kelsey back. I don't know if that's a good thing. Anyway, with all that being said, I appreciate you. You guys know that I love you. Justice for Kelsey. You guys, this is ridiculous. You make me feel like a gosh dang horrible person for putting Kelsey in timeout. She deserved it. It was just. Okay. She needed it. She needed it, and she needed to be checked because she's talking straight garbage about my fake tattoos. Okay. She's the one that put an astronaut right here on my ribs. I don't want to hear that. So, again, I'll let you guys know always in the community tab what's going on. I try to keep you up to date as much as possible over there. I just wanted to say thank you guys for just being here, making a community around this, making such a level of love and support. And I cannot tell you how much I appreciate you, every single one of you. And this has been really, really nice to have so much support through something so hard. So I can't thank you enough for that. But we do have a lot coming up, and I'm excited. I'm really grateful for the opportunities that we get to have now and the people that we're going to be able to talk to. I think that you guys are going to enjoy the conversations that are going to come. And yeah, I'm really excited about what is still next to come. And that's what makes it hopeful and great, is there's a future after this. So appreciate you. Love you. Kelsey, you ever talk crap again, you're going in timeout. And I will catch you guys very soon. If you are subscribed, you can turn on your notifications. I know some people have been missing things. They say, I missed the live. I missed this when it comes on. I think you have to turn on the notifications themselves so it tells you when it's live or when there's a post. I'll usually post the same day of something. If it's something that's way coming out in the future and I have some time, I'll post it earlier. So appreciate you. Love you. Thank you. And I'll see you soon.